welcome back to the Greensman. I'll be your host, Jonathan. Today I'm using Grandpa's Chair by Murphy and Mcneil. This is in the Kodiak base, you can kind of tell right there. This is originally an Infinitus release, which is like a limited release they do every once in a while. I think they do it to kind of like test out new scents and see what the reactions are. I don't know. I got this one in a mystery box a long time ago, and it's almost empty. I'm running pretty low on it. But I was looking through their website and I found a scent called Old Sport, which I was pretty sure sounded like this from the description. From what I could smell from this, it sounded like a description on Old Sport. So I emailed Murphy and Mcneil, and they confirmed that yes, this was the initial release, and then they decided to make it a full-time release once they renamed it to Old Sport. And I'll be getting a set of that. They got the Soap Splash and EDP on their site. I think a balm too. Like I said, this is in the Kodiak base, which has like duck fat and bear tallow and some other stuff in there. It's a pretty cool little base there. One of their higher price bases, I think they only have Aeon base, which is their standard base, available in Old Sport. So I'll have to suffer with that. But it's good. Sorry for the frog in my throat. Been a little sick this week. Had a cough. Crud's been going around. Got some Noxema pre-shave over here all loaded up already. I'm gonna add a little water to it. Just been getting a little dry. And then we'll get to the slather. The Kodiak base is nice. I know that Murphy & Mcneil makes at least 3 different bases that I know. They have the Aeon base, which is their standard base. They're all quite nice. Kodiak, which is kind of their more upscale base. And then they also have another base. I don't have one sitting here. A Slantia base. More of a special release I've seen come out a couple times. It's a beer based, or it's got beer in it anyways. And there's probably other differences as well. I do actually really like the Slantia base. Brush here, That Darn Rob. The Spalted Maple. And then, you know, a nice ferrule right there. Another yellowish ivory looking color. Got a haircut yesterday. You know, it looks pretty good. Took off the sideburns, trying something new. I don't really worry too much about cutting off the sideburns. They grow back in like 2 days. I haven't shaved all week. I shaved Monday when I did the last video with the AC razor, the Shield. I can't remember what they call that Shield razor. The Shield AC razor. The Avenger? No. The Evolution. I think it's the Evolution. Because they made it their second AC razor where the model evolved. I think that's what it is. They call it the Evolution. Anyways. Lather's awesome. I did order, I can't remember if I told you guys this in the last one. I ordered a Blackland Vector. I know a lot of people have asked me how the Shield razor compares with the Blackland Vector, and I've used the Vector, but it was like years ago when I first kind of got into wet shaving, and I ended up getting one kind of by accident. Anyway, that's a long story, but I didn't, I was really new to wet shaving. I didn't like the way AC blades were so long. I didn't get along with the razor, and I kind of sold it off pretty quickly, but I'm pretty sure my opinion would change now. Anyways, Blackland had a sale last week, like a pre-Black Friday sale, and the Vectors were 25% off. So I bought a stainless steel Vector in machine finish, and it's been shipping all week. It arrived in town yesterday, and I got excited. And then instead of being out for delivery, they shipped it 2 hours west to another town, and it sat there all day. And now it's back in town today. I think it might be out for delivery today, but I didn't want to wait another day for shave because I haven't shaved all week. They got like 4 days growth. So instead I'm going to use Charcoal Goods. This is the level 2. Charcoal Goods stopped making razors. I think he just retired, although he said that, and then I think he did another project with West Coast Shaving, so I'm not really sure what they're all doing there, but Charcoal Goods isn't selling any websites under their own banner anymore, as far as I know. So you have 3 base plates, level 1, 2, and 3, in order of aggression. This is the middle tier, level 2. Hammered brass. This is like the newer model style that they had before he retired. The original handles these are kind of done in 3 pieces. You can see the line here. So they had like the base ferrule and the top ferrule, and they would make these middle parts different and then piece them all together. I don't know if he glued them together or whatever he did, but Initially, it was all one solid piece brass handles, and this hammered kind of texture, if that was the one you got, would be all the way up from the neck down to the bottom, and it was very cool looking. When he started making these, probably for ease of production, and it probably helped save him a lot of time on production time, where he could just, I don't know, have all these different middle parts and just piece them all together, mass produce the bottoms and tops. I think it doesn't look as good having that. The pieces, because they're separate pieces, they don't tarnish the same. So the top and bottom are a little brighter than the middle portion where it's darker. You can see, especially around the neck. At least I can tell it's darker. So it's whatever. It's an interesting. This is the Gen 3. They had three different generations for the charcoal goods razors, the 1, 2, and 3, and they're all a little bit different. But this is the only one I've used. I've got a new first use Voshkod. Voshkod. I can't remember how to pronounce it. I used to call them Voshkods. I haven't used one of these blades in a while. I don't know why. But I saw them yesterday and I was looking for something else. I was like, oh, I'm going to use one of those. I know everyone's getting there's been a lot of Facebook posts and stuff about the Russian blades going away. If you haven't heard, the Russian blades are going away. Some plants closing in St. Petersburg or whatever. So a lot of people's favorite blades, like Gillette Platinums, and I don't even know, there's a whole bunch of blades produced there. I guess some of them are going to go down to India and get produced at the plant there, but that might change the way the blade feels, and some of them are just going to get discontinued. I don't know. I'm not super worried about it. There's plenty of blade options. Hey, maybe it's a good thing. The plants in India make some great blades. The Gillette 7 o'clocks, especially the 7 o'clock blacks, those are made in India. Those are fantastic. Any Wilkinson swords there, all kinds of good stuff. I didn't go out and buy a whole bunch of blades that might never, whatever. There's plenty of options left. I'm not worried about it. I think, have like 50 of these Voshkods left. So far, very smooth. I do like these Voshkod blades. They're always, for me, they've always been super smooth. Unlike any blade, your mileage may vary. Some people don't like them. I think it's true of pretty much any blade. You're going to be able to find someone that doesn't like that blade if you try hard enough. But I've always liked them. I've always found them very smooth. Not the sharpest offering. It's not going to compete with a feather for sharpness, but much smoother than a feather, in my opinion. That was a great first pass. Very, very smooth. Didn't have any problems with that 4 days growth, 5 days growth. Let's say Friday, 4 days, I guess. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, sure. 4.5 days. This soap smells so good. I don't think I talked about the scent, did I? So it's called Grandpa's Chair. And the current version is called Old Sport, although it's the same. And that's kind of what it smells like to me. Grandpa's Chair. It smells, it's kind of a tobacco scent. A really, really nice, not burnt, like a fresh, if you had a grandpa that smoked pipes. My dad smoked pipes a little bit when I was a kid. And that kind of smell of like that loose leaf tobacco inside a sealed bag, and you open it up and you smell it. It smells so good. Tobacco smells different in that form than it does, in a cigarette or smoked. So it smells like that. To me, like that kind of, that nice rich tobacco scent. This is a really nice tobacco scent. But there's no tobacco in it, which is funny. I guess he got the tobacco scent from Tonka. And I know that tonka can be kind of a versatile scent. I didn't know that some of the tonka smells like tobacco. I thought that was pretty interesting. There's some other stuff in there too, some smokiness. Not really smokiness, some woodiness, sorry. So, woody tobacco is like the primary notes that I get out of it. It's my favorite non-tobacco scented tobacco scent. I'm excited. I'll probably buy it soon. I think I'm kind of waiting to see if I was going to buy anything else and make like a big purchase from them. Although buying a soap and a splash and a EDP is kind of a big enough purchase already. Very smooth. It's been a while since I used this razor, actually. I say that a lot, don't I? I guess if the collection starts getting big enough, it's kind of hard to use them all on a regular basis. What else to say about this razor? They don't make it anymore. I bought it on the buy sell trade page. They still show up pretty regularly on the buy sell trade page. They're pretty mass produced. There's lots of numbers out there. They are kind of a little subject to price gouging, I guess, now. I mean, some people call it, demand. They're not made anymore and they're more rare. Sure. That being said, they're going to be priced full price or higher is what I've seen in my... Every time I notice them on the buy sell trade page, they're either priced right at what they cost when they were brand new or more than that. For that kind of unobtainium markup. I both understand and not the whole unobtainium markup thing. I get it. I don't like to pay those prices, but I get it. But you never know. If you're, looking long enough, if you're not in a hurry, I'm sure you can find a good deal on one if you were interested. All right, man, this stuff smells so good. Really nice. Dig the tobacco scent. I don't like all the tobacco scents. Not that I've tried a whole bunch of them, but even the ones I have like Tobacco Road from A&E. It's a little too sweet for me. I think there's like a honey note in it or something maybe. It's a little too sweet. Doesn't quite do it for me on the tobacco scent. I'm trying to think. I know I have at least one other tobacco scented one. Haverford is pretty nice. It's kind of hard to call that a tobacco scent. It's so much more than that. That really sweet, the vanilla kind of really takes center stage. Yeah, it's a tobacco scent. It's just different. So that's a good one, I guess. There's another one I'm not thinking of it right now. But I found in my searching for a nice tobacco scent, I like the descriptions for tobacco scents usually a lot more than I like the actual tobacco scent for whatever reason. Very smooth against the grain, at least on the cheeks. I did try the level 3 once. I think Baez had it for a while. I don't think he does anymore. But he had the level 3 and he sent it out for me to try once. And and I thought the level 2 was a little better. There's also an everyday base plate. I'm not sure where those fall in line with like the level 1, 2, and 3. My guess is between 1 and 2, but I'm not 100% certain on that. Not a lot of blade feel, even against the grain. This Voshkod is so smooth. Yeah, I should buy some more. Forgot how much I like these blades. I don't remember if they ever made an open comb. I assume so, but I never used any open comb version from them. I also, there's one interesting thing, you kind of got to load the blade a little differently than other razors. You put the pins, the stabilizer pins, on the base plate instead of the top cap. I'll show you in a second. But hopefully that vector shows up either sometime today or tomorrow. And then I can get my next shave on camera to be with that. We can get I'll probably use the vector by itself, get reacquainted with it, and then maybe do a comparison shave with that and the shield. It's machined, and I'll probably leave it that way because I just bought it just in case, I don't know, I don't like it, I want to sell it. Assuming I'm going to keep it around, I'll probably polish it at some point though. That was actually a really good shave. One little spot. A lot better than I remembered. I do got a little touch-ups right here. I'm gonna do that off camera real quick, and then a cold water splash. Then I'll be right back for final thoughts, post shave, and then I'll show you what I was talking about there on that base plate. All right, I'm back. Thanks for sticking with me. Touch-ups are really nice and easy. Just a couple kind of against the grain this way from my jawline, or from the corner of my jaw down to my underneath my neck, where the hair kind of grows this way. But I didn't get any weepers. No real irritation, at least I hope not. I don't think so. We'll see when I get the splash on there. But excellent shave. It was much nicer than I remember. Which I didn't think it was bad or anything, but just that was really, really very smooth and efficient. I got some soap on there. So taking apart the razor, it's kind of like the Gillette new Goodwill series. So it's got those cutouts in the top cap, and then it's got the pins that stabilize the blade on the base plate that fit into that top cap. So it's a little backwards from most razors. Those little pins, little raised diamonds, and they fit into the diamonds on here. I'll see the blade just sits right on. But it's a little weird because normally you get the pins on the top cap and then you put the base plate on there as a way to load it. But with this one, I found there's a couple different ways you could do it, but the easiest way I found is to load the blade onto those little diamond posts. And then if you hold it by the tabs here, you'll end up grabbing the edge of the blade a little bit, and you can keep it steady so it doesn't pop off those. And then you can just kind of drop the top cap right in the center post, and that keeps it from the blade from popping off the diamond guides. If you try to do it the other way, like you would with the normal blade, it doesn't quite work because there's just the center post. So you're sticking a blade on there, and it looks lined up, but then you're trying to line up those little diamond pieces to go inside the diamond cutouts on the blade, and that can get kind of a pain in the butt. So it's easier to put the blade on the base plate. A little weird, but no big deal. For splash, I got, I don't have a matching splash for the Kodiak Infinitus release, because, you know, it didn't come with a splash. So, but I will want to get the Old Sport set. For now, I'm going to use PAA's Sangre de Drago, which is a very woody scent, sandalwood and oud, and Dragon's Blood. Sangre de Drago is Dragon's Blood, which is another tree resin. Really, really nice. One of my favorite scents. I like oud, but this one's really nice. I do have the EDP for it as well. Little burn, not bad. Just right here on my neck. Maybe I got a little overzealous with the touch-up pass. Oh, that scent's so good. Very, very woody, very dark, kind of a resinous woody. I got the EDP too. I will say it's very dark, both the splash, not quite as much as the EDP. I wouldn't spray this on your clothes. Did that once, made stains on my shirt, because this is very, it's that color when it sprays out. Like, it's very dark. So spray it on your skin, wouldn't spray it on clothes. Just so you know. Lesson learned from yours truly here. So I don't use this one a whole lot, but I'm going to use it today because why not? But that was a shave. It was great. I did really like the trying to put it all back together now. The charcoal goods, all brass. Getting some patina. I got a couple watered spots on the top cap there. Getting a little bit of patina. Not sure if I'm going to keep it, if I'm going to like polish it up and make it all nice and shiny every once in a while. I haven't decided yet. As of now, I just keep letting the patina grow. We'll see what it turns into. Hope you enjoy the shave. I'll see you here next time, hopefully for the Vector, which hopefully shows up today. And I'll see you then. I hope you guys had a great week and an even better weekend.